Smell those eggs and bacon. It's time for Breakfast Talk, a podcast covering a range of entrepreneurial and independent comics creation topics first thing in the morning. Of course, please like and share if you're enjoying our special seasoning. And be sure to subscribe to join us every Monday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. Let's talk.
Episode 14, we are talking about
Wow.
digital versus physical comics. Are physical comics ever going to go away?
So what are we doing? Is this breakfast talk?
Breakfast talk.
Are physical comics ever going to go away?
Greg, breakfast talk.
Breakfast.
And
It was kind of like the
we're gonna
dun
save you guys a
dun
lot of time.
dun.
I can do my baby voice.
Hey, we're gonna save them a lot of time. No.
All right, that was it.
So now,
In summation,
so now that you got your answer, Hector's gonna explain why.
well, when a mommy comic and a daddy comic fall in love with each other, they no,
And it's a graphic novel.
exactly,
Oh,
and it's extra thick with 2 C's, baby.
Big cover, big cover book.
Yeah, that's right. No, because comics are one part device or vehicle for a story and for artwork, and one part collectible. And I think that that's never going to change the collectible aspect of it. I think that there's always going to be a marketplace of people who want to actually hold the artwork itself, just like there'll never be paintings will never stop happening, like it'll always be a medium. It might not be as practical as it once was, or the only medium that you can see out there. Like, obviously there's tons of other digital platforms that offer comic books and things like that are never printed. Are you guys doing the like distress signal from 60 Days In? Is that what's going on right now? You're
what?
like, my neck hurts, get me out of here.
Oh, no, it's just like my neck has an issue.
I have a crick in my neck, please.
I always do that. My brother or my mom is like, "You're gonna break your neck." I'm like, hoping.
I am too.
Well, duh.
I asked one of you to help, but you're so lazy.
God.
I used to step on my brother's back in like a surfboard, but like I actually used to like step on his back like a Chinese woman. Is that racist? But like,
It's only racist because you're fat.
I mean,
There we go. See, now it's okay. Everybody's getting made fun.
no, I don't think it's racist, because that's probably the ideal person you want stepping on your back, because they're probably small, you know what I mean? Like, but heavy enough to crack it, so it's like the ideal person, like an old little Chinese lady.
yeah, except
So
like
one stepping on
he
my back.
suffocated when I was doing it.
Now we're being ageist here. What's going on?
Well, no, I don't want like LeBron James stepping on my back. Like I won't have a back at that point.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you'd be dead.
yeah,
Exactly.
it'd be-
So that's
it'd
what I'm
be
saying.
the
There's an
beginning of
ideal
Space Jam,
person.
too.
There's an ideal person for that job, and
Although they might put you in like the basketball museum, like that Hall of Fame. Like, yeah, they have that thing where. Like,
yeah, I got.
Yeah, they have their hand imprints, right?
It'll be my
They'll have,
back
like, their
with
foot.
his foot.
It'll
Yeah,
be the sneaker imprints.
on my back, like in my spine. Like they'll literally take my
When it's hanging
spine.
on the wall and be
Mhm.
like, look how big his feet are. And then it's like, what is that in? It's like a hectare.
Human skin.
What's
It's a-
a, what's
yeah,
a
it's a-
hectare?
It's a before and after. Like, this is how he looked before, and then
This is what
afterwards.
happens to indie artists that don't print their comics.
Yeah. LeBron James will step on your. What are we doing here?
Looney
Where does this
Tunes,
conversation go?
It's Looney Tunes. What's it called?
Yeah.
Space Jam 2.
Space Jam. Yeah.
You
That's
know what
stuff.
this
Oh, so we're plugging the movie now? Is that what
No.
we're getting paid over here?
We're warning people that it's coming out. That's what
If it's still
letting
coming
people
out.
know.
If you go to the movie theater,
No.
you will die
You
because
might
LeBron James will
accidentally
step on
see
you.
a
Yeah,
banner
exactly.
that has somebody on there promoting a movie that should have kept itself back in the day. It's done.
That's-
They already won. Well, they're gonna come back? No. Best 2 out of 3.
Pretty much, yeah.
Get out of
Wouldn't
here.
it, well, that would be hilarious if that was the premise. Like, it's like, no.
Yeah, that made me sad. I was like, what was Kobe supposed to be one of them? I was like,
Oh no, what if they do like a Mortal Kombat style approach to Space Jam?
round two. Fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your realm.
but because they got, LeBron playing, they're probably going to dunk on him. And then,
Then
we
it's
win
over.
2 out of 3. We don't have to have a third one. No need. We made the second one so you knew we didn't need a third one. It's like, yep, 2 is enough. That's done.
For
That's
sure,
it.
for sure.
Yes.
We did not need to do this. That's very clear now.
And honestly, if they would just have printed it into a nice, clean, physical comic book, I bet it probably would have done pretty good.
It would have
The
worked,
problem is they think they can only go digital. People want physical.
of course.
As we told you in the beginning, no.
Maybe they will. Maybe they'll cut out scenes.
Dude,
From the
honestly,
movie.
you know what's crazy? I'll say that's probably one reason right now why comic books will never go away. God of War 4, like the game of the year of 2018, literally has a whole graphic novel written about it. That's not from, I think it might have had like one of the creators involved in it, but like it's a totally separate thing. And that's a video game and people still wanted a comic. Star Wars is
that.
the same thing. There's a whole manga of like Star Wars stuff. I don't know if it's manga, it might be comics.
It's just a comic.
Not manga. I don't think they're black and white. But yeah, like the whole point is like there's a whole thing of that, and it's like all these anime are based off of manga, which is just Japanese for manga.
Alien.
So,
I think Alien or Predator, whatever that is. They're getting a comic.
but the
Predators
whole
had a
point is
comic
that
book.
Yeah.
obviously if they're taking like film adaptations, they're taking video game adaptations and turning them into comic books. It just shows that this medium isn't going anywhere because it's not like they're doing that so that they can have a picture book online. It's because people want that physical book. They want to look at that artwork. They want to showcase the cover art, like we talked about a couple episodes ago. Like, there's a reason. Like, people like showing that off. Like, picture having a poster you could read. Like, that's the whole point.
I think that what's happening now, or why we're even talking about this, really, is because the over under of production of those books is becoming a lot less important to even the big companies. Yeah, people are always going to want the physical editions and copies and things like that, but it's much more it's much easier in terms of costs to not have to even go through any of that process, to not have to print it out and distribute it and all that kind of stuff. So it's like such an easier process to just have an online store, an online platform where you can put your comics and things like that. Just it's just one less expense, basically for a production team. So I think that's probably why the conversation is as relevant, because I think it will slow down because like, when you have Disney taking over Marvel, you have, I think even Disney's now producing their own, like, again, Star Wars is part of Disney now, but as they're carrying on and getting more comic related, I guess, features, I don't know what to call them, but
Stories.
yeah, worlds, because they bought the whole Marvel universe, the whole Star Wars universe, whatever. As they're taking on more properties like that, I think they're seeing that this is kind of like a bleeding aspect of their business, and I think they're more business minded to like cut down expenses. So they're probably not going to put as much money as was in previous years towards printing comic books. So I think it's going to become kind of more of a specialty market. I don't think it's ever going to go away, but I think it's going to be
like,
more of a.
I think it's kind of like baseball cards or sporting cards in general. Like, they're actually making a giant resurgence right now. And like, that's kind of the thing. It's like, that's what I pick. Like, comic books will probably ebb and flow over time.
Sure.
But like, what's going to happen is you get so much digital, you get bored, you're going to want print. We're going to get so much print, you're going to get bored, you'd rather just have digital, right? Like the ebook exists, like, Kindle, and I have a whole library of books. I don't want digital books. Right? I don't enjoy reading digital books.
Well, I don't have any room for any more physical ones.
No, but like, we literally market ourselves as a digital comic book publishing company. Like, that's
Right.
what we like. That's what like we call ourselves. And the reason for that is, in fact, to save money. But the thing is that it's not like we won't print, and if someone wants it printed, they're willing to pay for it. People, and that's all that it takes. It just takes one person who wants it printed.
When there's a lot of people on there that actually do want their comics printed, so
Yeah,
I think
well, I'm talking about like the fans, not just the
Oh yeah.
yeah, no, the create. I think as a creator, when you go into this, that's your end result. Like, it's what you always want to see. You want to see your comic book on your wall.
It's kind of like getting a billboard. They're kind of useless now, but it's like that little thing that makes you feel good. And
Exactly.
You don't necessarily need it, but it does. It gives you some like affirmation to keep moving forward.
Yeah, but it's just not as cost effective as another option, and I think that's exactly what I was alluding to. Right. What I was alluding to, and I think it's just going to change. Like you're saying, there's going to be an ebb and flow, but I think there's going to be a changing of the guard from like big comic publishers, like not the actual like Marvel and DC, but I'm talking about like the actual
The printers.
Yeah, the printers, and they're going to change to more of a like individual print kind of basis.
Well, I honestly, I think the same thing when 3D printing came out. Like manufacturing was like you had to have tens of thousands of dollars to build the smallest parts.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can buy a 3D printer and print up a $10,000 device for $1.50.
Right.
So with all you need is a 3D model with it. I think that in the future, some form of potentially change of ink, change of paper, change of production will make it so that you can buy a print. Like it could even just be the cost of buying a quality printer and the paper that goes on it.
You can't do that now. Yeah, but like it's the fact that to do like creators like us want to actually buy a printer and do it themselves, because like Tyler Carpenter that has Drawn Talk, he has that YouTube channel, and he actually printed his own comic, but like the layout was kind of weird. Just like when he cut the pages, it was all like
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like once that's the thing that we're getting towards in the future, is just that all the stuff that was industrial quality is now coming to commercial quality, so small businesses can get it, and eventually it'll be individual consumer quality, right? So but you're going to bring that industrial quality to the consumer, like with 3D printing, because now with 3D printing you just upload a model. So when it comes to printing, all you're gonna have to do is go, hey, here's a template, fill it in, upload it to the printer, and bam, you're going to have it yourself. And I think that once that becomes available readily, like once any person who wants to, buy one can do that, it's going to be, I think that'll be the last ebb where it's going to just stay right where it wants to be forever. I think it's kind of going like this, and eventually it's going to flatline at a good spot where the people who want indie comics are going to be able to get them, the people that want to make them are going to be able to print them, and everyone will be happy.
just like toys. I was just watching this like live stream of Demon Nation or something. It's a indie show thing that they do, and I was like staying up until like 1 a.m. to watch that because Chuck was on there and Sean, our anchor. And one of the last things they were talking about was about how like the toy market is kind of like the comics in a way. It's based off of nostalgia, and basically like they have to make a show that's not shitty. So like Power Rangers, like in the 90s was awesome, obviously, because when we were kids. But they had all the toys and stuff for that, and same with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in like the 80s or whatever.
Street Shark was specifically made to sell merchandise.
There's a lot of shows that are like that.
Yeah.
Less I think in the modern day though. I think it was more of a cash grab in like the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah. And in
it was cheap.
Yeah, and our plan, one of our plans in some point in the near future is getting a 3D printer, and we can actually print our own like action figures and stuff, which that's like a thing. If I learn Blender enough, that could be done.
We have the technology.
Yeah. Yeah, so long and short, it'll never go away, but the relationship between indies and just even I think the regular purchasers of these comics is going to change. The marketplace is going to change a bit, but they'll never go away. Digital will never replace. It will just add another avenue for
there's 7
for
billion people. Yeah. There's gonna be a lot that want it their way. That's why Burger King exists.
Smooth, bro.
She wants it her way.
We
just open up advertising space because we're just slipping in all these
sliding into the ad space.
Yeah.
Slide
into the DMs, Facebook Messenger.
No, we're sliding into the AS, the ad space.
That doesn't sound right.
Right in the crack.
Like clean that up. Maybe like the I don't know.
There's got to be a hole in there somewhere.
Yeah.
In the AS space?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
below the tramp stamp.
It's the logo. It's the logo.
Yeah. So sweet. We
That's
actually.
how you end. That's how you end a podcast right there.
Yeah, don't forget we got mugs.
we
We
do.
Did you
Mugs,
watch the
mugs,
last
mugs.
episode? I told you in the last episode. Tell us how good the mugs are.
We got these mugs, baby. We got these mugs.
And
By
yeah,
the next episode, we should have the mugs.
we should have them on the next episode.
Yeah, we'll be
Of
drinking out of
Dragon
them.
Ball Z.
On the next episode of.
And I'll have some
Breakfast Talk.
stickers too. I forgot. I'm getting Gravedigger stickers from
Oh yeah,
our
yeah.
the Kickstarter that we just finished.
The-
And
You getting the
hopefully
4x4s?
Hopefully,
everyone that's watching this has backed.
yes. All five of
we
you
thank you.
have backed
All
Great success
and
all-
that
listened.
we already had.
Yes,
Anyone
all of
listening?
all of our mothers definitely have better backed our project.
Oh
right
yeah, she's my mom's not going to. She doesn't like horror, and I actually was like, oh, we already funded. She's like, oh, that's cool. I was like, yeah, but yeah. So we have the Kickstarter that funded, but let's hope that it
Anyway.
did all the way. And we
Yeah,
have
merch.
that.
Sorry.
Oh no, go.
No, we have merch. We have other merch besides the mugs
In the links below.
by this time.
Yes,
By this
yes.
time.
By this time, we definitely have that.
This time.
It
right
was
now.
it was a
time.
priority on his task list of 100 things he had to do before the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And actually, speaking of the end of the year, we're doing a 3-day live event on Thanksgiving weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's to celebrate the 50th episode of our other podcast, SNC Podcast. Which if you haven't watched that or listened to that yet, you should probably go watch and listen to that because we talk a lot about
Nova Comic Con.
exactly, and we talk about
Hey, it's breakfast talk.
That's his name.
Breakfast talk. Kitty.
oh my God, he's getting everything.
Kitty. Oh, no, not the butt.
Can't hear
Get the
you.
butt out of here.
He can't hear you. Show him your best side, Indigo. You know what I mean.
Yeah, so the 3-day live event is it's a Comic-Con, online Comic-Con. We're going to be doing our nice tail. We're going to be doing panels. We're literally gonna be doing our 50th episode during that weekend. It's probably gonna be like super long or different conversations over time.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah. And
Yeah, that's not a tail I should have bit.
yeah, so if you're interested in joining the 3-day live event thing and you have comics, yeah, you have comics to sell or Kickstarters you want to promote, like your own Kickstarter or whatever, you can definitely come on and we'll be doing it live. Flip Michigan Mega Ball.
Are we gonna have an edition of Breakfast Talk that weekend?
We
Was
could
that- is
we
that
could
gonna be a
probably do
segment?
yeah. I didn't even think of that, but yeah, we could probably do Breakfast Talk.
Greg, check
like a
out the
special-
notes.
Flint, Michigan Mega Ball.
He literally typed that in.
Michigan Mega Ball.
Flint, Michigan Mega Ball.
That sounds like a Chipotle.
Oh my God! I need to make a
Oh,
meme.
gross. I've got Flint, Michigan water in it.
That's what I got here.
Lucky by Carl's Jr.
I gotta make a.
Didn't you order that like 4 weeks ago?
Oh yeah, it's just been sitting here this
4
whole
episodes
time.
ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it just gets better with age.
Yeah,
It's like milk.
It's a fine Pinot Grigio, baby.
I always say that women age like a fine wine. She's aging like milk.
Oh God. Lump it all over, baby.
Oh, disgusting. Breakfast talk.
Tasty.
Breakfast talk.
Okay, Pee Wee.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sweet. That
We're
was
all talked out.
episode 14.
I'm
I'm
talked
going to
out.
stop recording. I just
Brought to you by our sponsor.
who?
No,
Frosted Flakes, the breakfast you want to talk about.
no.
Oh my God, we should
Sponsored,
actually
Mike.
we should start putting those fake companies in that we have.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're brought to you by Ground Zero Burger Joint.
Yes.
Now
It's
the new
Euphoria
breakfast
Fizz.
burger from Ground Zero.
They now offer Euphoria Fizz. I highly
Yes.
recommend you try it. It's amazing.
Yes.
It's exclusive at Ground Zero. For a
Burger.
limited time.
And don't forget to stop by New Leaf Arcade.
Oh. Oh, I have to tell him to put that in somewhere.
That's what she said.
Well, just so you guys know, maybe this is like a bonus. Yeah, that is a good. That's what
Do
she
it
said.
after the scene.
That was a good one.
This
No,
is gonna be there's gonna be after the credits thing.
This is a bonus. This is a bonus announcement. That is that's priority for you, for all of our fans. But yeah, this is like a bonus thing. So yeah, we're shutting down the comics division of New Leaf Studios and focusing on the games. And yeah, we actually have an app in development right now. We've launched 3 games. No, we're about to launch a third.
I didn't even know about your second one. Was
we
it the thing I
have-
played?
Yeah, Kill Code.
Oh,
Kill Code was
okay.
our second one.
Kill
Kill
Code.
Code.
Oh, I think you said kill. I was like,
Kill,
what?
kill a kill.
Kill.
A little bit.
Kill.
Okay. We have an app in development right now that's going to be like it's actually a creative organizer tool.
Do you have is it on iOS?
That was actually one of the things I was going to announce too. He has got a MacBook and now he has a
Xcode?
iPhone. Yeah, he's got an iPhone, so now he's gonna be able to test the games, and we can open it up to iOS. So that's gonna be our next stage of development is learning how to go through all that process.
Do
But
you think that'll be released by the time this comes out? Because I think that's like 4 weeks.
we have our app should be out in mid-November. So
All right, so hopefully, not by the time this episode comes out, but soon after,
Like
maybe
right
in the
after,
50, we'll
yeah.
put a link to the beta testing.
yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, we'll have our beta.
You can also promote your games on the live event.
That's great. Yeah, we have a lot of really cool stuff. I'm because I'm stepping back from the comic stuff. I'm learning Blender and stuff like that, and I'm going to be doing a lot of like the 3D rigs and things like that for our games. And I'm actually I have 2 games that I'm making. Like I'm creating the documentation for, and he's programming. They're based on games that we've already essentially. They're kind of like he built the foundations of them, and now we're just adding on to them. But yeah, he's got one called Droppy Dream that's coming out. The app that it sounds weird, but it's a catchy name. The app that we're developing, we're still trying to figure out the name, but if you've ever used Twine before, it's a mobile Twine that has a little more functionality and it's less of a utilitarian kind of tool and more of a creative design focused like kind of app. We're trying to add maybe some organizational planning, like in terms of like just like a daily planner kind of thing into there, and see how that can work. So that was like the last thing we talked about. But then we also have
I would actually probably use that.
it's gonna be really cool, dude.
You're the person I know that's in app development. I have a bunch of apps I need made. I'm gonna have to pay someone.
Well, he has to learn a little bit because he's more on the gaming side, but the app app making is kind of like right next to it in terms of like how to actually do it.
I just don't want to do it. I actually know how to do it. I just don't want to.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of our problem too.
I know some online courses if you guys need some help specifically with app development, not just game development. So yeah.
Well, he's got a whole. We got like 25, 26 different Udemy courses. So yeah, we're
one
on
of the
top
ones
of it.
I'd recommend. Yeah.
Probably. He went on like a buying spree. He spent like $700 on like different plugins and things
Not
like
to
that.
brag,
For
guys,
Unity.
$100.
He spent like 300 on classes. He went ham. But yeah, so we're developing. We have like 2 games that are in development, and then I have my own game that I'm making. Like I'm putting it together right now. So yeah, we just have a ton of stuff that's going on. My cousin has started doing his own gaming, so we're gonna help him. No, his name's Andy, not Vinny. But yeah, so he's going to be doing his own game, so we'll probably promote him as well. But he's not part of the New Leaf brand or whatever. But
Oh,
yeah, so so a lot of cool stuff with the game development. So it's just it has a better ROI, you know what I mean, than comics does. So I figured let's just jump into that first, and then
Yeah,
we can come
that's-
back to it.
That's what I was gonna say too. For the print comic stuff, the other reason why it won't die is a lot of people actually want comics, and people don't need to profit off of them. They can make money in other ways and have the comics as an enjoyable side thing as a collector.
Right.
That's why that game, what is it, the God of War 4 one I was talking about. Yeah, Greg, for this podcast, you should definitely have a cut, and then literally like halfway through, like where we originally ended, and then have it fade into this bonus thing, and then talk about all this cool stuff, and then be like peace, and then just
That's it.
wait. So at the end of this episode, just do that?
no. During this episode, halfway through, we kind of ended it, and then we started talking about the games. I'm saying you should end it in the YouTube video, do the normal ending, but then
And
fade
then
into the
bonus feature. Yeah.
Yeah. in the same video. Keep it all in one video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.